You are now in the Galápagos, and the rules are completely different. If you're young, you're not that interesting. Yeah? If you're old, then you're beautiful. Then you are looking good. Those are the Galápagos rules.
In Galápagos, the giant tortoise rules.
Santa Cruz Island is the island with the largest and the healthiest population of giant tortoises.
But only because the rules have changed.
The island, Santa Cruz, has probably about 8,000 tortoises. Altogether is up to 30,000 tortoises in the archipelago. But the numbers are increasing thanks to the very successful breeding programs.
Sometimes with conservation, you have to start small to make big.
National Park, Charles Darwin Research Station have the headquarters also in Santa Cruz Island, where we have seen how they raise these babies. They collect eggs, incubate them, take care of the babies, and when the babies are big enough, that's when they are 5 years old, they send them back to their home islands, and altogether it's been more than 5,000 baby tortoises that have been repatriated to the islands. So we're very happy. Tortoises are a great example of a successful conservation program.
In the highlands of Santa Cruz, progress moves at a crawl.
It's a Galápagos Giant Tortoise. Remember that they walk at a speed of about 8 miles a day.
Today is a big day here in the Galápagos. Galápagos means giant tortoises. And today we have the privilege to visit Santa Cruz, which is one of the best places here in the Galápagos to see giant tortoises. And this afternoon we are in the highlands of Santa Cruz visiting El Chato. And for us, it is really a privilege to come to this location because the giant tortoises that come looking for food in these open areas, it is really an amazing and a privilege to have the opportunity to see these giant tortoises roaming in the wild one more time like millions of years ago.
A mere 150 years ago, the giant tortoise was going nowhere fast. It can survive for more than a year without food or water. So sailors making a pit stop in the Galápagos would herd hundreds of them aboard their ships as living food pantries. It's estimated that 200,000 tortoises were removed for food or oil.
We are exploring a place called El Chato, right next to the national park area, and tortoises are free to walk through, up and down. They actually migrate depending on the season.
The introduction of wild goats to the Galápagos, also as a food source, devastated the fragile landscape. Hundreds of thousands of those goats' descendants had to eventually be exterminated, sometimes by sharpshooters and helicopters, before the habitat finally stabilized and the tortoises could once again make a run at survival.
How long do they live? We don't really know about that lifespan of a tortoise because we haven't been studying them for long enough, but probably 100, maybe more than 150 years.
This guy was not bought from the Charles Darwin Station. This male, he goes also to the lowlands following or chasing females. And then by the beginning of July, August, when the lowlands get so dry, they come here to the highlands again. So now they are in the process of migrating towards the lowlands, females for nesting, and males go chasing the female. Giant tortoises is probably one of the best examples here in the Galápagos how the conservation works. The Charles Darwin Station with the Galápagos National Park, they've been working in protecting them, and to see the numbers recovering, it is really very impressive how much human beings can do in order to restore what the damage was done hundreds of years ago. And by instinct, when they are
so what happens is these little ones are born here in this area. This is their habitat till they are reaching sexual maturity, and only then they will venture to the volcano. They will follow the females in their march back.
By instinct, when they are reaching sexual
The giant tortoises of Galápagos are aliens from another time, dinosaurs practically, that walk Earth as if time bears no weight and change doesn't apply to them. If they survive the next 100 years, it will be because it's humans who have changed. Steve Betchkel, CVC TV.